Good question. So the first thing that I would do is I would manage stress. So take a deep breath, meditate, breathe in through your nose, out through your nose, nice and slow, and just try not to think about the fact that you're delayed. With that being said too, I'd also check in with your coach immediately. Tell them that there is a delay. If you're hungry, if you're stressed, tell your coach that. If you are self-coached, then you need to decide, is there anything at the airport that you can eat? Specifically protein sources, maybe think Subway, something like that, something clean. Overall, I would just really focus on not stressing out. Maybe run through your poses a few times in the bathroom. Do something simple to just try not to think about the fact that you're delayed. So I would say by far my chest grew the fastest, but the reason why, guys, was because I was able to find a good connection, and I was really focused on getting my bench press stronger, guys. That's why my chest grew the fastest when I started. But with that being said, guys, once I learned how to train my other muscle groups, obviously the next was my legs, then my back, and then my arms and my shoulders and everything else. So it's just about learning how to train and how to get a. It doesn't matter necessarily how much weight you're lifting. It's about how much you feel that muscle contracting. And then once you can feel that muscle contract, increasing the weight so you can increase the load or increasing the reps or increasing the contraction even. So do I go extremely heavy or do I go with lower weights and slow? To be completely honest with you, we do always train heavy, or at least as heavy as we can train, and we do always train slow. I think there's a misconception right now. That, when you train heavier weights, you're supposed to do it sloppier. Or when you train lighter weights, you're supposed to do it with better form or better contraction. Guys, that's just not the case. So say, for instance, what I'm trying to do, as a bodybuilder, my goal is to get bigger. My goal is to improve the size, the shape of my muscles, improve the density of them, different things like that. I'm not going to sit here and say that there is a right or a wrong way to train. But I will say every person that trains well for hypertrophy does essentially do those things. They do essentially train heavy weight and they do lift it with whatever amount of control that's necessary for them. So, in a nutshell, me personally, I always go heavy. I always go slow. I only go lower weights when I have to. So with training calves, I would probably do around 12 to 20 reps. I would really focus on static holds at the top of the movement and or at the bottom of the movement. I'm just really focus on the stretch. And then as for sets, I'd probably do around 3 to 5 sets.